Right here is the boundary. Right here is the border. Anything below that is a foul. We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up.
Tyler Mccreary, last saw him losing and getting his essence taken away from him by Carl Frampton. Dre, how do you recover from something like that?
You just got to do it. You got to put it behind you. McCreary's been off for a while, so he's had plenty of time to deal, lick his wounds, feel bad for himself. You got to get back on the horse, and you got to start riding, man, or this game will leave you behind.
Well, he's coming out quick with a jab. Nice overhand right against a very game Manuel Rojas, who catches him with the right hand. Now he's in his grill. And Tim, those are the questions he's going to have to answer by himself.
You stole the word right out of my mouth. I was just tell you that. Exactly what I was going to say. McCreary's going to have to answer those questions because Rojas is going to be in his face. He's going to get rough and tough. And one thing that I asked in the fighter meeting was that, did you put him through what he needs to go through? Because he's going to have a guy in front of him all night long. And they said, yeah, he's ready.
And they said we made him uncomfortable in the gym. Made him comfortable being uncomfortable. He wasn't that way against Carl Frampton, getting dropped with body shots twice. And you see immediately Ray Rojas picked up on that and went downstairs.
Hands free, hands free.
That loss can work in McCreary's favor. That can give you a burning desire to say that's never going to happen again, not on my watch, and you can be a different animal. Let's see if he's that animal here tonight.
Getting off first is going to be key against Manuel Rojas. He's got to gain his respect.
Well, already you see Rojas already made his way in the inside. He got Mccreary already sitting still with his footwork. Stayed on the ropes a little bit too long. Yes, he's covered up. A lot of those shots didn't land. But it's allowing Rojas to build confidence.
McCreary's got to keep that left hand working overtime to make Rojas think before he comes in there. And you can even stun Rojas with that jab if McCreary's under his legs and in that power position when he throws it.
Good counter right there over the top by Rojas. Timing the jab, thrown, the same speed. McCreary's throwing the jab at the same speed and same pace, and Rojas
starting to time it.
Starting to time it over the top.
Don't push him down.
And if you're Rojas, you know McCreary's coming off that loss, and your job is to take him back to that place. Yeah. Try to rough him up, land body shots, whatever you can hit it, and try to discourage this young man and take him back to that place that he was at with Frampton that night.
See, that's what I like right there from McCreary. That jab down to the belly right there. That's going to keep Rojas at bay and take a little steam out of him.
Coming up at the top of the hour on ESPN, it'll be our co-main event featuring Julian Rodriguez. Hammer hands taking on the sniper, Jose Pedraza. Now, a left shoulder injury derailed the plans for Julian Rodriguez. He's got to make up for lost time, and he knows that a win tonight sets him up for big things ahead.
I feel like the future opportunities at 140 are very wide open for me. I feel like this fight breaks the door down for me. I'm ready for all the top guys. So sparring with Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, I picked up tons of experience sparring. I feel like this fight is going to really allow me to showcase everything, all my abilities. If I stop Pedraza, I would put an exclamation mark on my future opportunities because he's a two-time world champion, and like I said, he's going to bring out the best of me.
Now, being a sparring partner of Manny Pacquiao, you have to have a different mentality when you're the dog in the ring. He's got to bring a different mentality tonight.
That was long ago. That's sparring. That's long ago. Yeah, you get the experience. That's great. But the first thing question I would ask Rodriguez is what happened with the weight, man? You didn't make the weight. This is the biggest fight of your career, and you didn't make weight? Something wrong with that, man. Something ain't right.
Nice right shot to the body from McCreary. And he's back on the ropes, Dre, where Carl Frampton had a lot of success.
Yeah, that's where Rojas wants to live with McCreary's back against the rope,
Don't hold.
just ripping shots. Some shots will land clean, others won't, but you're piling up points, and you're starting to wear the fight Mccreary down little by little. The problem Mccreary has is he's been trained to always have a clean affair. Perfect distance, perfect range. I pick and poke, I tie you up. He hasn't really learned how to get dirty on the inside and start whipping shots and backing guys like Rojas and Frampton off. He only fights on the outside. So if you're going to be out there, you got to have a dynamite jab that pumps all night long.
There you see the body work once again from Rojas. And Mccreary was very clear with this. He said, I still haven't been able to get myself to watch that fight against Carl Frampton.
He should have watched it.
You can't learn from your mistakes if you don't see them.
They're exactly right. I don't care how hurt your pride is. You need to watch your mistakes. Understand why you got beat.
Boss man makes us do it.
Yes, yes, sir.
Good exchange from both guys, to the body and to the head.
The one thing that I told Mccreary in the fighter meeting was that he's going to have to fight a little bit, and he's also going to have to box a little bit. You just got to choose your spots wisely. And that's why you're seeing him at times stand his ground. Ooh, got clipped right there over the top.
Long right hand from Manuel Rojas, who now continues to dig to the body. The earmuffs are on from Mccreary. He tries to get a nice uppercut up the gut.
I like what you said, Tim, because sometimes pressure fighters who like to press, they only understand you responding the same way that they're coming at you. Sometimes they don't respect the boxing and they can find their way in, but then when you stand your ground and toe that line, they say, oh, I know what this is.
Watch your heads. Up.
You see Manuel Rojas getting a quick combination off. He's leaning on Tyler Mccreary. All right, we talked about Julian Rodriguez, but this is a very important fight also for Jose Sniper Pedraza, a two-division champion who wants to win 3 titles. He's with our very own Christina Poncher, who caught up with him earlier in the night.
Jose, you have a 67 championship rounds compared to 73 total rounds for Julian Rodriguez. How important is your experience in this fight against Julian?
Tiene 67 rounds de campeonato y Julian tiene 73 peleas en total, rounds en total. ¿Cómo tu experiencia va a significar tanto en esta pelea?
Mira, va a significar mucho, no solo mi experiencia como profesional, sino como la gran trayectoria que tuve en aficionado. O sea, tengo muchos escenarios grandes, así que eso va a influir mucho.
It will mean a lot during the fight. You know, not only in the pro rankings I have the experience, but also in the amateur rankings. I've been on the big stages, so it's going to be a big difference.
We saw 2 of the best 140-pounders in the world last weekend on this same show. What kind of statement are you looking to make to the 140-pound division with your performance tonight?
Hace una semana vimos los mejores de los 140 pelear. ¿Qué clase de mensaje quieres enviar tú con tu demostración esta noche?
Mira que estoy junto con ellos, estoy en la élite, soy un contendiente igual que ellos, así que se preparen, estamos para combatir con toda la élite.
I want to send the message that I'm right there with them. You know, I'm one of the elite fighters in the division, and I'm just ready to go. You know, get ready for me.
Jose, thank you.
Thank you.
After the loss, Tyler Mccreary said, I saw the other side of the game. I'm using that motivation as my loss, and I'm fighting on it with the chip on my shoulder. You seeing that, Dre?
I call that the dark side of the game. That's the side that's not marketed in boxing. You have a bad fight and take a bad loss, that phone will stop ringing. You're going to be dealing with that loss with just you and your family, and in some cases by yourself. So that's what Mccreary's talking about.
Some fighters, Tim, get released.
And some fighters get released.
Watch your head. Stop. Watch your head. Watch your head.
Boxing is a very unforgiving business. It's the way it's always been, and I think that's the way it's always going to be.
I just think it's just business in general. You know, I just think that's all it is. It's just business. No point intended, no hurt, no foul. It's just business.
You got to deliver on your end, and when you don't,
Exactly.
it is what it is. But now we're dealing with human beings and feelings and futures and families, and it's just hard to understand, but that's what the business of boxing is.
See, those areas right there, Mccreary cannot concede as easily as he does. He's okay with maybe blocking one shot, his opponent landing one shot, and then he just kind of casually goes to the center of the ring. He's got to have some fire inside that says, I'm not going to just be content with taking shots. If you open up in front of me, I'm gonna make you pay, and he's not doing that right now.
Look, it looked like Mccreary never seems to have a fight game plan. You know, he never have a fight plan at all. And, you know, it seems like he can never dictate, you know, every minute in the round. He loses focus. And when you see those lackluster moments where he's there, not doing anything at all, in return, that's the biggest issue with him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's conceding, just allowing Rojas to land 2 or 3 shots, and he's not making them pay. So Rojas has no resistance. He's going to keep doing it.
Still, he's on the outside. He has a reach advantage, not using his jab at all. And I like what Rojas is doing. I like the fact that Rojas is just not rushing in there. You know, he's being smart. He's coming behind his jab, and then when he attacks, he's attacking with combinations.
Yeah, Vincent Parra said he had a great training camp. He was settled in. He had an opportunity to work on this particular opponent, and you can see that he knows what he's doing, and he's following the game plan through the first 3 rounds. As we lead up to Shakur Stevenson taking on